All right, guys. Happy Tuesday, March 21st. We're going to talk about the workout here. We are going to do heavy thrusters today just because it's the best way to spread out our week, assuming that there's going to be some sort of a thruster in 16.5 on Friday. Anyways, talk about that in a second. So, first, warm up 3 rounds of 50 double unders, 15 toes to bar, and 10 goblet squats. All right. If you don't have double unders, this is a great time to allot 2 to 3 minutes of time to practice them. All right. So note that for this warm up, there is not going to be a sub in terms of do 150 single skips unless skipping is brand new to you and you can barely skip and barely coordinate jumping through the rope, which there are some people who are there. But if you're not there, this is the time to practice. All right. You're not going to get better at double unders by never touching it. This is the time to practice them. All right, so give yourselves 2-3 minutes to go through some attempts before you move through the toes to bar and the goblet squats, or do 20 attempts. Whether you make it or don't, count those 20 and then keep moving through. All right, for the strength work, we're going to go every 4 minutes for a total of 5 cycles. You're going to start with a 1 rep thruster, and then you're going to do 15 unbroken kettlebell swings after that. Then you're going to rest the remainder of that time, add some weight. When the clock beeps after that to start the next 4 minute cycle, you're going to do another thruster. So there's going to be 5 attempts. It's going to be 20 minutes long. Again, this is kind of thinking there could be a heavy thruster in 16.5. That's kind of where we're going with this assumption here, and give this a shot. So the goal is you're going to warm up well before this strength part is going to start, because you need to start around 80% of your 1 rep max thruster. A lot of you are not going to know what your max thruster is because it's not a true strength movement, so we don't program it a lot. And as a true strength piece, we do 1 rep thrusters, I think, probably once every 90 days or somewhere around there. My memory escapes me right now, but somewhere in that range. So you might have to be conservative on it, but take your time, warm up, start with what seems doable, and then you want to stretch. This is just to help you have an idea of where your max is if this happens to pop up. The goal here would be to make all 5 reps. You don't want to miss your 5th rep. All right, you don't want to go through this and miss rep number 5. You want to make sure that you make all of your attempts. The time to miss your last rep is going to be in 16.5 if that's where it happens to pop up, or in some sort of a competition. All right, you want to go into all this with a confident, with an increased level of confidence. All right. These thrusters, for the record, these thrusters are off the floor. So there is a clean involved in this. All right? So you're going to have to pick it up off the floor. You can power clean or squat clean. A squat clean will count. So if you pick it up, squat clean it, come back up through all the way overhead, that will count. You can squat clean it, stand up to your shoulders, take a deep breath, regrip, and then thruster. But it has to be one motion. There cannot be a redip or a jerk or anything like that at the top. All right? Kettlebell swings all the way overhead, just regular weight, just to get the heart rate up a little bit in between. But really focus on your technique on these and see how heavy you can get. If you're in a position where your 1 rep max thruster is going to be, say, what you got is 40 pounds. It's always going to be 40 pounds. For you, we're going to work on a max clean. All right, so that's going to be a sub. Your coach will determine that for you. So if you don't know, I think everyone should be able to push a little bit. We do have fractional plates. You can go up a pound or 2 pounds or 2.5 pounds at a time. So just try to go and see how far you can get. You might surprise yourself. All right. That's going to go through, it's going to be a 20-minute phase there. Then we're going to go into the Metcon. So the Metcon here, 15, 12, 9, 6, 3 of power cleans at 165 or 115 RX, 115 or 85 on the first scaling down, and ring dips. So, for this, if you do not have ring dips, these ring dips are going to be scaled down to push-ups. If you're in the in-between area where you have 15 perfect chest-to-ground push-ups, and I'm talking you can do 15 in a row, chest all the way to ground, all the way up to the top, elbow extended, not kind of sitting bent like this, like elbow completely extended at the top all the way through, talk to your coach. We're going to hook you up with a ring dip progression. However, if you are still in the place where you cannot get your chest all the way to the ground, maintain a straight plank, and push yourself back up, you're going to be much better benefited by focusing on your push-up than putting a bunch of bands in the rings and doing your dips there. Okay? The rings will be lowered to make it easier for you to dip. We have a bunch of rings there. Don't think we're going to run into any problems on that level. Again, scale those push-ups, so if they need to be difficult for you, 5, 6, 7 in a row, somewhere around there. You shouldn't be just doing 15, 12, 9, 6, 3 unbroken the whole way. You should make it a little more difficult for yourself. Same with the power cleans. This is a workout where you might do 2s or 3s or maybe singles the whole way. So don't be afraid to be a little on the heavier side of this, but you don't want to go too light as you're just going to like run right through it. Okay? There's a core cash out. The core cash out today is just nice and simple, 50 V-ups for time, nothing too crazy. Just make sure you make your way through that nice and steady, don't rest too long, and we will see you again on Wednesday's video. Hope you guys have a great day.